Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Digital.Flash.Fire. This is Dan, and hey look, it's another city map. This is the T-34 Soviet Tier 5 medium tank on Ensk. I am actually partnered up with a real-life friend of mine, Crenshaw. Someone I've known from EVE, someone I've known for a long time. I used to live very close to him, and we met up a couple of times in between gaming. As you can see, he's running his Stug 3G, and I'm trying not to get too far ahead of him, but that's hard to do in the T-34. It wants to go. And with a low-tier game with this few skilled players, it is little shells are flying fast and furious, and people are dying. And I'm a terrible tank driver. Wow. So I'm picking my way down, and I'm trying to tell him, hey, cut inside, cut in. Fine, just follow me. Now this tank is made special by the fact that you'd never use one of the historical guns. You're using the 57mm ZIS. And I run into a T-14 head-on in a bunker, and there's no fucking way. Now Crenshaw has time to catch up with me. Spin it around. There's the Stug. Going for my Lumberjack award. Yeah, I'm not going to get a shot on the OE. OE. And it's 4-6 them. Hey, look, another T-34. I miss, he miss. He hits. He just gets chunked. And I will get a shot on the OE. Goodbye. And this guy's watching me, but he isn't going to do anything about it. This is why premium tanks are sometimes a really bad idea. I'm saying, hey guys, come up on the other side, I'll pop out, and we'll just end this guy. And the KV-1 goes right by him. I pop out, boom! Get a couple shots in, he misses, always a nice thing. People are just planting shots in, and there we go. I get the kill. So I'm on 2 kills. I've got 390 damage. And this tank, the alpha is so low on this gun that even though you're almost always going to do some damage, you're very rarely going to have one of those really monstrous games because it's just really low alpha. 79. Boom. 51. 2 shots to kill a Tier 3 artillery. And the frickin' tanker truck eats, or tanker train car eats it. Get the kill, can't get the kill. Oh, I got robbed. I mean, we were all kill stealing at that point, but I got robbed. And the other Wespa is dueling a Covenanter. This is going to be a really interesting duel. I mean, all the Wespa's got to do is look at the Covenanter funny. Oh, Panzer 4H. Shit. There's one. There's another. It's a bunch of shots. I miss. A brick. There we go. Center mass, just like the drill sergeant told you. I don't know what drill sergeants tell tank crews. OI experimental from the front. No. Thank you for not shooting at me. He eats the Covenanter, and so they have 2 heavies, a KV-1 and a OE experimental. And I really don't want a part of either one of them. Now, I'm betting that the OE keeps heading south, and so I'm going to go north. So I'm going to end up behind the KV and a long way away from the OE with a lot more cover than I had where I was. Because going after that guy head-on is going to be terrible, and his turret's actually good enough to keep up with me turning. And of course I'm hoping to get in on these last 2 kills, because we do have a bit of a numerical advantage. Not enough that I'm really comfortable, because those are some really good tanks. It's a lot easier to be decent in an OE experimental than it is even in a KV-1, let alone that M4 Sherman on no health, driven by a pretty bad driver. And there goes the M4. And the Looks, who's had himself a monster game, finishes off the KV-1, and I'm just looking for a shot. And looking, and there it is. Ooh. Guy's just a slab of armor. There it is. Just keep putting shots in. And you just want to keep shooting this gun. And at this point, we've got it won. We would have to just be monumentally stupid to hand this over. Not that it hasn't happened. But this guy's bad. He's not turning his gun to face me, even though he knows I'm coming for him. And look at that. Look at that armor. Okay. There we go. 5 hit points. Are you kidding me? There we go. There you go. Just under 6 minutes. Nice little game. 1,178 experience, 28,000 credits, 5 kills, 14 hits, 1,000 damage, and 44 assist damage. Top of my team with the 5 kills. There was some kind of madness there. 785 base experience. And look at this, 26 shots fired, 17 hits, 14 penetrations. If the gun isn't terribly accurate, and that's really where your misses are going to come from, is from the inaccuracy of the gun, not from the lack of penetrating power, because that gun will penetrate most of the tanks you're going to face at Tier 5 and even at Tier 6. Alright, next we're going to go back to Tank Destroyer Land. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the airfield. This is the kind of map you don't usually see me on. There's no cities. There's hardly any buildings. Every building here can be driven through. That's not going to keep me from having a good time. This is the Soviet Tier 7 Su-152. This is kind of the valley between the peaks that are the Su-100 and the ISU-152. I'm not using the 152 derp gun that this tank kind of excels with, because the reload's too long, the accuracy's too poor, and when you get into a Tier 9 game, you're doing 100 damage twice a minute, unless the shot goes sailing over into the next map over, and great, I just killed someone on Malinovka. I'm not on Malinovka, I'm on airfield. So the teams are pretty well matched. They've got a couple of really good players. They've also got some really terrible players. And we've got more of a solid, middle-of-the-road, top-to-bottom team. Not to say we don't have stinkers, but not to the same degree they do. Now, the things I'm really worried about in this are, of course, they're top-tier guys, but they don't really have a top-tier heavy. If you look at the team list, they've got a VK3002D, they've got an E25, they've got an SE152. They don't have a top-tier heavy. They do have a KV-2 who can cancel my birthday, and they've got some scary light tanks. They've got an AMX-12T, and they have a really good player in an AMC ELX, whatever the hell that thing is. AMX ELC, yes. And I've been spotted. And it's the KV-85 and the KV-2. Let us get the hell away from there. Our KV-2 hammers their KV-2. Our E25 finishes them off. Outstanding. And there's the AMX-12T. And there's the Hellcat. Well, the Hellcat's... I don't know why he's just sitting there. Ooh. There's half his health shaved off. Oh, you're going to let me reload? Aww. And I bounce a couple of shots, and there's the 12T, and I rush the shot, and I miss. Now, the reload on the 122 on this tank is really good. It's only, I think, 5.5 seconds, something like that. And there's the 3002D, and that's their top tank driven by one of their best players. So what in the hell is he doing? Just going toe-to-toe with me, letting me plunk shots into the front of his tank. And he's just going to be bouncing shots, and he doesn't have the hit point to do trades like these. And their 12T is dead, which means I'm not going to get light tanked it rammed into my ass, which is good. And rush that shot and shoot someone on 2 maps over. But I'm about to take this guy out. And he hasn't done much of anything to me. I mean, yeah, it's half my hit points, but Yeah, he was their top tier medium, and I just crushed him. Now they've turned that hill into a fortress, and we know it. Oh, there's an SU-152. He's on full health, and I'm not. Rush the shot just a bit, and that's what I'm worried about. That AMX, and I see him, and I'm like, ooh, let's not expose ourselves too much. I get back into cover and start to turn it around. The Cromwell doesn't really want to get too close to him either. That guy just has so much alpha damage. And I also don't want to give up a good shot to the SU-152 because depending on his gun, he can end me. If he's got his, if he's got the 152, he can one-shot me. Heck, he can one-shot me with the 122. The 122 has a base 390 alpha, which means 419 is pretty doable. Now he's trading shots with the Cromwell, and that's a losing proposition. Cromwell can outmaneuver him. Cromwell can just do mean things to him. I come up, quick draw, boom! Not something this tank's good at, by the way. And, ooh, there's the AMX. And, hip shot! I will count it. 2,000 damage. And the E25 eats it, forgetting me. And that AMX was doing absolutely the right thing. He had to get away from the guys behind him who were tearing him up. And let's face it, a hip shot from me, that's pretty low odds. That is not a guaranteed shot. But it didn't win. He did not win the lottery there. Chaffee one-shots the S151, or the S51, and we're done. So just a good, solid game with someone, handing me 1,500 or 1,200 damage. 40,000 credits, 2,600 experience, high caliber, only a second-class mastery badge. This tank can have monstrous games. I just don't get them very often. 3 kills, did die, unfortunately. But a really fun game, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be seeing more of that AMX getting shredded. All right, folks, have a good week. For Digital.Flash.Fire, this is Dan. See you on the battlefield.